Hey everybody, how we doing? I figured I better get you an update before lambing. Tell you what, last week ago today, yesterday, 17 below zero. We had 3 days that never got above 5. We had over a foot of snow. And now this week, it's been in the 60s about every day. What do you think, little one? Do you like the 60s? Better than 17 below? Yeah, I bet you do. Well, there's all the girls. They are getting to be, there's some bellies in there. Yeah, there are. Tammy especially. Tammy missed last year. So we'll see. She's got a belly full this year, it looks like. Maybe she's going to make up for it. But, try to do this. Sorry about that. I'll do this where I don't have the sun. Thought I'd show you. We're going to get set up here. And how we set up and how I set up for lambing. If you haven't lambed before, if this is going to be your first year, you're getting ready for your first year, to me, here's the big thing. Keep them dry and keep them out of the wind. If you can keep them dry and you can keep them out of the wind, you'll have a so much better chance of everything going well. I want to show you one of the first years I paid a desert, I bought some from a guy in Missouri. And of course, a little warmer down there, so they breed a little earlier. So I got them here in January, and I had a ewe lamb, the first one that lambed for me, that lambed on the place. And Callie right here, the brown one, she was the very first painted desert lamb that was born on this place. She and her brother. Longshot was her brother. The day they were born was mid-February, and it was 8 degrees at noon when they were born. The first 2 nights, 24 below zero, the first 2 nights, they were in the barn. They're back in the catch pen area. I had a heat lamp, and neither one of them laid underneath the heat lamp. So at 24 below, they just kind of huddled up together there, and they were perfectly fine. Keep them dry, keep them out of the wind, and you should be in pretty good shape. All right, let's go inside. I'll show you how we're setting up. All right, I have set up my lambing pens. As you can see here, I'll have 4 lambing pens. Each one is 5 feet wide by 6 foot deep. And usually what I'll do is I may bring one in here and it may lamb in here, but odds are sometimes it'll lamb out there. Instead, we'll go out there. Once she has the lambs and I got them, then I'll go ahead and I'll bring them inside. And let me show you real quick what I do. This gate, because they're always out here, so this gate is always designed to swing back, because usually you got to bring them in. This way I can carry babies and mom will follow along as I'm bringing them in. And all these gates are set to swing back towards me. So that way I can bring mom and babies and keep taking them to the end if I need. And then I can close them up in individuals. Now on the way out, sometimes they got to come out the front way. But you know what? Babies follow mom a lot better when you get to that point in time. So then it's not so bad. 4 men, I don't have any bedding in yet. I got the bags of bedding over here. I probably won't bed them down until we get there. And I just use wood shavings. I like the wood shavings the best. Let's go out now. We can set some lights. We'll go out in the catch pen. All right. If you haven't seen before, this is the catch pen area. This pen is about 9-10 feet wide. My building is 40 feet long. So it's 40 foot by 10, and then it opens up out here to the covered area. I'll tell you what, you can put them outside. Because they come in here, and a lot of times they'll sleep in here at night, or especially when there's weather bad. Every once in a while I'll get one that'll lamb out in the pasture. But it's amazing how often they come back, and right here. It seemed to me from about here on back, somewhere, that's where they lamb. Which works out really nice because up here, there's a pair of cameras. There's another camera down on the end. And when I come back in here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more cameras here, and I have 2 more in there. So this whole area is covered by video cameras. And I'm usually these 4 for this area here, I can actually access them from my TV in the house. But usually I'm using my iPad. And when it comes lambing season, I usually take the iPad to bed with me at night. And I'll go ahead and if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll just grab the iPad, take a look, make sure what's happening. This year, I think what I'm going to take, well, I only have the 8 ewes this year. So usually they're out in this dry lot pen. This dry lot closes with this big door. I have the big door here that will close that up. And what I'm probably going to do, I'm thinking around March 11th should be the first day. If I go by what we've had in the past, March 11th should be about right. So what I'm probably going to do is somewhere before then, and it may determine, the weather may determine that, some of it, is every night I'm just going to close that door and lock them in. They've got 10 feet by 40 feet. They got this whole area. There's only 8 of them. And that way, if somebody lambs in here, I don't have to go outside and find them in the middle of the night. I'll have them in close. If we get snow, wet rain, ice, or something like that, again, I don't have to worry about it. They're going to be in here. They're not going to be outside in the weather. So for this year, with only 8 on hand, that's kind of my plan. And I did take today beforehand. It worked out about right. As I mentioned, I set round bales up in here, and I started feeding on that round bale. I think it was back in January, or late December. I guess it was December I started. And this is what I had left. I had that much of it left, but I wanted a new one in before I set my crates up. So I put a cart in the back of the 4-wheeler, and basically I flipped that into a cart, got it out of the way, bring a new bale in, and I stood that one up, and it might take another week or 10 days, and then that one will be gone. But now I don't have to worry. That bale, man, that'll last till April or May, probably into May sometime. So I won't have to worry about bringing another bale in. And by the time we get done lambing, I'll probably be done feeding here in alfalfa. I'll be feeding grass hay off bales on the outside. So now we're just waiting. We are ready. By the time you're seeing this, we should have 10 days or so. If things are lucky, we come back the next time. Maybe we'll have some lambs the next time around. We'll see. I'd like to see if they'd all get them done early and get them done fast again like last time, but they're going to do what they're going to do. Not much more you can do than be there and take care of it when it happens. Don't have anything else. It was just a short one this week, but I did want to give you an update, let you know where we stood, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks, and maybe with little ones.